Hey folks, what's going on? Sitting here chilling in my, call it my office, but really it's just a bedroom with a table. It is a damn hot one today in the Philippines. We were sitting outside and it just got so hot. I had two options: either find a swimming hole, get in a swimming pool, throw some water over our heads, or just kind of retreat into the house for a little bit. I said, all right, let's just take a break, go inside. The damn portable jacuzzi, the thing is either sustained new battle damage or the old patches that those Kuyas put on there ain't holding. I can blow that thing up and within an hour it's back down deflated. So I've either got to put some work into that, trying to find the leaks, or I don't know, do something with it. But it ain't holding enough air to support swimming operations right now. So anyhow, like last week, obviously these videos start showing up on your feed, and what I'm talking about is the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, right? Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, this defamation trial or whatever the hell that's going on. You know, started popping up on my feed. Curiosity killed a cat. I clicked on a couple of them, and this shit is so hilarious. It's like I say a lot of times, you can't make this shit up, right? Anyhow, I've clicked on a few of those videos. I've watched some of the segments of this testimony, you know, briefly. I'm not sitting there glued to the live stream. But I just figured I'd talk about it. It seems like it's the hot topic right now on YouTube, on the internet, what have you. That, I mean, it's like the number one topic. So anyhow, let me back up. I mean, I know who Johnny Depp is. Obviously, I've watched a lot of his movies. As far as Pirates of the Caribbean, I've only seen, I think 1, 2, and part of 3. I have no idea how many total there are. I think there's 5 or 6. I think, I don't know. I mean, obviously I watched the first one, I watched the second one, and after that I kind of lost track. Sort of like damn Star Wars. I've seen the original 3 Star Wars, and after that I have no idea what's going on. So I knew who Johnny Depp was. Obviously seen a lot more of his movies. And one movie that wasn't really action packed, I guess it was, but it's called Secret Window. I don't know if y'all seen that one. He's a writer, he's out in this cabin. Anyhow, watch that movie. It's called Secret Window. Look, I'm sitting here leaning on the table, shaking the camera. Stop that. Steven Spielberg, the best videographer in the world here. So anyhow, I knew who Johnny Depp was, obviously, but much like one of these police officers that responded to an incident, who the hell's Amber Heard? I mean, I never heard of Amber Heard, and I guess she's an actress. I probably have seen some of her movies or whatever that she's played in, and didn't know it. I have no idea who Amber Heard is. Well, I know she's obviously was married or is married to Johnny Depp, whatever the hell is going on with her. But she's sort of like the Kardashians. I had no idea who the Kardashians were. I still really don't know who the hell they are or why they're popular. It's just like one of those mysteries. Anyhow, so I got no idea who Amber Heard is or what her claim to fame is, other than being married to Johnny Depp. So I'm clicking on this stuff, and folks, when I've said, you know, many times, I'm like a 10-year caveman. When I'm punched out of the West, I don't watch the news, I don't listen to the news. All I do is browse the titles of articles on news sites from various sources, and out of 20 I might click one and read the article, right? So a lot of the irrelevant stuff to actually living life, I just haven't paid attention to the past 10 years. I've been traveling around Southeast Asia. living the dream. Why don't I want to sit there and watch Fox News or CNN or any other fucking news when I walk into a bar or a restaurant or I'm chilling at the beach? Not my cup of tea. So apparently I missed all this stuff going on between these two individuals, but I'm slowly catching up here, right? I'm an old redneck from the back roads, dirt road in Mississippi, but you know, give me a little bit of time and I'll catch up. So this is what I gather. Old Johnny Depp here married this chick. You know, she's a lot younger than he is, and it just seems, on my limited perspective here, that she's just batshit crazy. I don't know how else to put it. Now I'm gonna do some more research, and apparently she's gonna be testifying this upcoming week, so we're gonna hear her side of the story. And look, I ain't siding with nobody, you know, until you let the chips fall where they may. Hear everybody out. You got this side, you got this side. Somewhere in the middle lies the truth, right? That's usually what happens. But so far, I've heard enough to formulate the opinion, man. This woman is just a nutcase. Just one of them typical instigating, starve for attention, want to be the victim of everything. Just a nutcase. And that's just my preliminary opinion. Now, after next week, maybe she'll explain some shit, but I doubt it. I highly doubt that she's going to be able to explain some of the things I've heard in this limited research / perspective that I have on this event. So anyhow, if you're not up to speed, I don't know how you can't know about it, because hell, just every video in your recommended feed is popping up something about these two, right? So, my goodness, that doorman, and I have to get his name. I'm sitting here looking at him right here. What's this cat's name? But if you go to Law and Crime Network, it said witness vapes and starts driving during testimony. This gentleman, I think his name's Alejandro. Hold on a second. Let me get his name. Hold on.
It's fair to say, Mr. Romero, that you can't say that Amber Heard had injuries or did not have injuries that day on the 25th?
I don't remember.
Okay.
And like I said, I would probably remember the swollen, but I didn't saw anything. I just don't remember.
And you don't remember seeing anything, right? But do you remember even looking?
I remember.
Okay.
I'm really sorry, but I remember. I gotta tell the whole story how they got there. Before they went and get the keys. They come down. They say somebody tried to get into my unit. There's scratches on my door. And like, oh, I'm really sorry, but who will think is gonna get into your unit because it saw some scratches on the door, like, what, 4 inches above the door? Because the dog was scratching the door, was trying to get in, and they thought about someone trying to break into the unit. I said, in my head, I was like, you think someone's trying to get into your unit? There's scratches like 4 inches above the floor on your door. That was the dog trying to get into the unit. They were so afraid. Oh, someone's trying to get into my unit. They're like, oh, come on, really? And I actually, when they asked me to go inside the unit just to check room by room to make sure no one was there. So I did that. It's part of my job, make sure they're safe, but I didn't understand why they want me to do that. Like, oh, I don't know. I just so stressed out because of this. I just don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this court case. Everybody got problems, and I don't want to deal with this no more. I don't want to put this with any more words.
Do you recall that?
May 24th?
Yes.
Yep, that's Tuesday.
But in fact, you don't recall seeing Amber Heard on May 24th, correct?
I don't remember. I don't even remember what I got for breakfast.
Okay. Well, let's pull up exhibit number 1. Let's stay on page 17. That's a good place. That's correct?
Correct.
I want to try to move along. So the incident was May 21st, 2016. So ever heard treat you well and was she friendly to you in each of these hundreds of times?
Yes. I'm not gonna say no because she was really always nice.
All right, this is my last.
Be nice.
All right, this is my last question.
Late for
You
work.
testified in response to Mr. Presidio's questions that you testified truthfully in all of these occasions. Did you testify truthfully to everything that you testified in response to my questions today?
That's correct.
All right.
I did.
This judge is like, what the hell? That dude was smoking. Shout out to Mr. Alejandro Romero. Sir, you are the boss of the week, of the month. Man, you are a boss, my friend. Anytime you want to come over to Southeast Asia, my goodness, you just look me up because I want to have a drink with you. I want to party with you, brother. From what I gather, he was like working the front desk of this condo building where Johnny Depp has a penthouse apartment, a condo there. And Amber Heard goes to get in the condo, but she sees a scratch like this far off the floor on the door. I think somebody's trying to get into her condo. So she goes down and tells Alejandro, hey, somebody's been trying to break in the unit. So he goes up there and looks, and he's like, ain't nobody trying to break in your unit, fucking idiot. It's your damn dog scratching at the door, trying to get in the door. You know, and sure enough, they got these little bitty dogs, right? So it makes sense. You know, the dogs are scratching at the door. So apparently throughout this case, they've just put Alejandro through hell, right? Any lawsuit, when you're having to go do depositions, they're calling you, you're having to write statements, submit documents. It's a nightmare for anybody, right? And you can tell this dude is so genuine, he's just fed up with this crap, right? He's just fed up with it. And so he's testifying via video from behind the wheel in his vehicle. Now that right there has got balls in itself, right? So I'm like, this dude's in his car testifying. The minute I saw him, I loved him right away. And then if you go through this testimony, at some point, he pulls a big old drag on a vape and just lets out a, look like Cheech and Chong in the car. Maybe not that bad, but he's sitting there vaping while they're asking him the questions. And then, I guess he's about to be late for work. He just fucking puts her in drive, starts driving off during the last couple questions. But he is an absolute boss. Just to say, hey, y'all are wasting my time, causing me stress, making my ass late for work over this horse shit, over this crazy ass woman. And I'm tired of it. I'm not going to be late for work today because of any of you motherfuckers, right? Just drops it in drive. He's driving away while he's on the witness stand. Shout out to you, man. I love you. I love it. And the reason I love it, folks, it's not because I'm advocating any disrespect to any court or judicial process or anything like that, but when you look at cases like this and you think about how much this case is costing the taxpayers, now think about it. The judge ain't working for free. Ain't no personnel in that courtroom working for free. Nobody's donating money to pay the electric bill for that courtroom at that courthouse. It's costing taxpayer money to facilitate this case, and any case. Now that's the system, right? So you just have to understand where I'm coming from. I mean, we have, you have a justice system in America. It's not perfect, but everybody gets their day in court, so to speak. And this is their day in court, and it's important to them. But on the flip side of it, you have to think in the back of your mind, is this really worth the taxpayers' money and the judge's time to listen to this soap opera? Wouldn't it be better off if they just both agreed to go on either Judge Judy or what's his name, Judge Brown, or go on one of these talk shows? Here's what you do. Go on Oprah, and you sign over that Oprah is the judge, you have the audience as the jury, and you let entertainment decide who's guilty and who's not. And then that way we're not pulling any drain on the taxpayers. We're not clogging up the court system over this case, because there's real criminals out there, and there's bigger fish to fry. Now that's just food for thought. Again, everybody deserves their day in court, and you have the right to sue anybody in America that you want, apparently, and have your day in court. But just in the back of my mind, it's like, come on. But the entertainment value in this, folks, is outstanding. It's almost like this is the best movie that Johnny Depp has ever made. Now that would kind of be debatable, but it's definitely the best movie this Amber Heard character has ever made, because I had no idea who she was until this thing kicked off. So it's working in her favor. Whether she's becoming famous or infamous, everybody knows her name now and who she is. But it's not really a good thing about why we know who she is. From what I gather, this chick is so crazy that she took a dump on the man's bed and then sent him a picture of it. Then bragged about it to a driver or bodyguard, security guard, whatever. And they present this picture during this testimony. And I guess they tried to blame it on these little dogs, these little tiny little lap dogs. And, Johnny Depp's like, look, I live with those dogs. I've cleaned up after those dogs. That wasn't no tiny little dog poop. That come from a person. And you're listening to this, and you're like, what kind of person does this? I mean, really, who does this? What adult in their drunkest or right mind would think it's acceptable or funny or a great joke to take a dump on their own bed? Now, I'm assuming it's their own bed because they're married. Now, maybe it's just him sleeping in the bed. I don't know all the facts, admittedly. But to take a dump on anybody's bed and then take a picture of it and then send it to them like it's funny. That woman's got some serious issues going on upstairs. I mean, it's like you can almost see something crazy like that from a man if you got like extremely drunk or messed up, hanging out with his buddies, and somebody dared him to do some shit like that. But a woman in her right mind thinks, I know how to get that dude back. I'm gonna drop a big fucking steamer next to his pillow. That's a crazy woman right there. That's a crazy woman.
As absurd and grotesque and cruel. And then I was shown a picture of what the problem was. I had gone to Mr. Bett and said, she's at Coachella. I think it's a good time to go downtown so that I can get some of my things, and get them out of there, especially the things that were precious to me, children things from friends, Brando, Hunter, Thompson, whatever, things that were important to me. And he said, I don't think now's a good time to go. And I thought, it's the perfect time. She's not going to be home for 2 days. And then he showed me a photograph on his telephone of
Objection, Your Honor. Also, you're saying
It's a photograph, Your Honor.
as being relayed to him by Mr. Bett.
He says he looked at it on his phone.
I'll overrule the objection as the photograph.
What was the photograph of Mr. Depp?
it was a photograph of the bed, our bed, and on my side of the bed was human fecal matter.
Damn.
So I understood why it wasn't a good time to go down there.
Yeah, because your wife took a dump on the bed.
My initial response to that was, I laughed. It was so outside. It was so bizarre and so grotesque that I could only laugh. The photograph that I saw, I lived with those dogs for many years. And so did Hilda Vargas. She's a woman who's been with me for 30 plus years, from the very beginning. And she was the one who photographed it. It was clear she knew the dogs as well as I did. And none of that did not come from a dog. It just didn't.
I was thinking about that, and I said, what a selfish bitch too. Because look, they're rich, they're famous, they obviously are not cleaning their own apartment. Who's cleaning it? Some maid, some housekeeper, cleaning service, whatever, that's got employees over there making a little bit more of the minimum wage. They got to come over and clean the place. And here you go. Here's a big fucking, steamer, a fucking deuce on the bed. Now imagine if you're the cleaning lady and you show up and you're looking at that and you're like, that ain't them dogs. Because she's probably been cleaning up after the dogs every day, right? She looks down and she's like, that ain't from them dogs. And she's probably thinking in the back of her head, these rich assholes, I don't get paid enough for this. But what did they do? They got to go to work. So do I think that Johnny Depp cleaned up that steamer or Amber Heard? No, some poor housekeeper or housekeepers had to clean up their mess. Now it's one thing cleaning up, wine glasses and beer bottles and all that good stuff. But that's just taking it too far. So if she in fact did that, no empathy for anybody but herself. That ranks, shit. Yeah. Let's move forward, okay? So you got that issue. You got this gentleman here vaping and driving away during his testimony. And you have what appears to be the dumbest legal team representing Amber Heard in the history of lawyers. It's like dumb, dumber, and if there's any more, there's dumbest. I don't know. You just have to watch it. This older lady, and then this dude. I don't remember their names, but just watching them, it's like, are you kidding me? It's like nothing they've done is right. Everything is just solid buffoonery. From the line of questioning, how they're questioning, they can't get their shit together. Johnny Depp just ate them up. He's just owned them. He's schooled them, owned them during this whole thing, and just made them look like bigger fools than they already are. They say that all publicity is good publicity. Now that's debatable, right? But before this shindig kicked off, I didn't even know Johnny Depp. I didn't even know about all this stuff. Maybe I'd heard about it years ago. Hell, I don't even know. It wasn't in my mind. But now that it's being streamed live from this courthouse, this courtroom every day, it's in everybody's minds. So what's the objective? What's the agenda? Is there an agenda? I guess he blames her for, she's claiming he's a wife beater or whatever. Got him knocked out of the next Pirates of the Caribbean, which is pretty crazy since he's Captain Jack Sparrow. Who the hell is going to watch Pirates of the Caribbean without Captain Jack Sparrow? I have no idea, but I'm not going to watch it. I wouldn't watch any episode without Captain Jack Sparrow. He's the main character. So anyhow, what's the objective in this? Is she going to be exposed as a crazy, lying individual, and now Johnny Depp can get back into acting and continue on with his life? I don't know. Because usually, once you get canceled, tainted, whatever, you're done. Nobody wants to talk to you anymore. Nobody wants to touch you. I don't know. I don't know what the agenda is. But for a minute there, you think, is all this scripted? Maybe not scripted, but is all this agreed upon? We're just going off on a limb here, just thinking out loud, but what are the odds? What are the odds that you have a famous actor with a batshit crazy wife who hires a legal team that's like Dumb and Dumber? This is like a cast of characters in a movie. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. If she had a legal team who were on their A game, this wouldn't be funny. It'd be a boring ass trial, like the rest of these boring ass trials over the years that have been televised, right? That nobody watched. But because her legal team is like Dumb and Dumber, it just makes everything funny. Everything about it is funny. You're like, come on, ask another question. Ask another question. Get another witness up there that's going to tear you up. So, I don't know. You're like, come on. It's one of those things, you can't make this up, or can you? It's like, we were talking yesterday, and I don't know. I didn't know the whole deal about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock either. I saw the clip, but I didn't know the whole background or what was going on. My buddy was telling me about it, and then the question was, hey, was that planned? Was that part of Hollywood? Because before this happened, name the last award show that you watched. Now maybe you watch them. I haven't watched one of them award shows since the 80s. Don't even know what they are anymore. When they come on, don't give a rat's ass. Haven't even uttered the words, whatever the awards ceremony is. I don't even know. Until now. Until Will Smith slaps Chris Rock. Now everybody's talking about it. Sort of like the wardrobe malfunction during that one Super Bowl halftime show, right? Is that part of Hollywood? Is that just part of the entertainment value? Promoting the event? I don't know. But again, if Amber Heard didn't have this legal team and the buffoonery that they put forth, I don't think most of this wouldn't be funny. It would just be dry questioning. There might be a couple of things, but it's like they're just baited into everything, or it's all planned. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. You got to watch this stuff for yourself to see what I'm talking about. So, during one of these incidents, I guess the chick throws his cell phone off the balcony, right? His wallet, his passport, whatever. Chunks it off the balcony. So, one of the bodyguards, security guys, managers, somebody that works for Johnny Depp gets there and he says, "Hey man, beat the streets and just see what you can come up with. Probably can't find it, but see what you can do." So this gentleman, however he did it, he tracks down this homeless dude over on Skid Row. I don't know, like miles away, blocks away, whatever it was. And sure enough, the homeless dude has got Johnny Depp's phone. So the guy gave him $420 and some chicken tacos, and the homeless guy gave the phone back. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
And who had the phone?
A homeless gentleman, unhoused gentleman. I approached him about the phone. He was honest. He returned it. I gave him a reward for it.
And what was the reward?
$420, chicken tacos, chips, apples, Fiji water.
And so apparently they're in Australia, and somehow or another Johnny's finger gets cut off. I still ain't figured that out. I heard something that he cut it off, and then there was something about a vodka bottle. She crashed over him and cut it. I have no idea how the man's finger got cut off, but there's something about getting his shit cut off in Australia.
Walking down into the bar, I could see the damage that Dr. Kipper had told me about. A broken ping pong table sort of collapsed onto the floor, and lots of glass and broken glass and cans strewn around the bar area.
And where exactly was the finger in the bar area?
Directly below the bar. I mean, the bar was set up like a conventional bar that stuck out from a wall, and with a marble top. There's a big chunk out of that as well, like on the staircase. Directly at the end of the bar, there was a scrunched up piece of kitchen paper, if you like, tissue, with lots of blood around it, on it. So I thought that was probably a pretty good place to look. And it was within that scrunched up piece of paper on the tiled floor at the end of the bar, the base of the bar, by one of the bar stools.
Was there any property damage around the finger?
Yes, a fair bit. On the floor around the area, there were puddles of what smelled like alcohol to me. There seemed like several drinking glasses, a couple of bottles. One was a Stolichnaya vodka bottle. And at the end of the bar, as I said, there was a big chunk out of the bar itself, the bar marble top. At the end of the bar, there was plaster damage right at the end of the bar on the wall. Behind the bar, smashed and cracked mirror. There's a blue mirror that stretched that whole span of behind the bar. Lots of cans again behind the bar on the floor. Broken window at the end of the bar, and more plastered work damage on the wall above the sink. It was sort of a kitchenette bar, if you like, as well.
You mentioned a bottle of vodka. Was the vodka bottle intact?
No. Well, I gathered it up in that kitchen paper and sort of took it upstairs. I might have shouted up to David Kipper, I found it. I'm not sure, but I walked back upstairs to the kitchen and got a bag, little plastic bag, put the fingertip in there, set it on top of some ice in this plastic kitchen container, and pretty much handed it over to David Kipper and Jerry Judge, I think, at the time, who were keen to get it to the hospital quickly to see if it could be reattached.
And there was some more questioning that he was trying to take a piss in the foyer.
A shouting.
And then you went in the house and saw Mr. Depp in the foyer, correct?
Yes, correct.
And Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
No.
Mr. Depp had his penis out of his pants, didn't he?
I think I would remember
Relevance.
Mr. Depp penis.
I'll allow. Next question.
And you were trying to get Mr. Depp out of the house, correct?
Correct, I was trying to get Mr. Depp out of the house, yes.
And Mr. Depp was refusing to leave the house, was he not?
Not so much refused, he just wanted 2 minutes to see his piece.
You took Mr. Depp's arm to try to move him out, but he broke away. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, so he was strong enough to break away from your grip, correct?
No.
So you had his arm and he broke away, though, correct?
No.
Isn't that what you just said?
No. I let him go.
You let go.
You know, I got to defend Johnny Depp. You know, if you're a man and you're drunk and you can't make it to the fucking pisser, okay, you pissed in the hallway, get him out. But a chick voluntarily dropping a deuce next to your pillow, nah, I can't deal with that. Here she goes, setting up the camera. She done fired him up. Now she's gonna be quiet and set the camera.
What happened? Nothing happened this morning, you know that?
Were you in here?
No.
So then nothing happened to you this morning?
Yeah, you're right. I just woke up and you were so sweet and nice. We were not even fighting this morning. All I did was say sorry.
Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
No, that's the thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you fucking crazy. That's crazy.
I said mega pint.
Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're crazy.
Have you drunk this whole thing this morning?
Oh, you got this going? You got this going?
I just started it.
Oh, really? Tried to hide it from me, and then that she laughed and smiled at the end. I thought that was the most interesting part myself. But so yes,
You didn't react.
I did assault a couple of cabins, but I did not touch Miss Heard.
And
as you can see, I think. You know,
and you may have been drunk in that video, correct?
there's a possibility of that. Yes, sir.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint.
Yeah.
I poured myself a large glass of wine.
Right.
I thought it necessary.
A mega pint. And I'm sitting there thinking, is that an official unit of measure? And I haven't Googled it. After I say what I'm going to say, I'm going to Google it, and maybe I have to eat some words here. But I'm a beer drinker. I drink whiskey. I drink wine. I've hung out in Temecula, California. I know everything there is to know about wine. But nobody ever taught me about a unit of measure called a mega pint. Now, if there is such a thing, I feel like left out. I feel robbed of hanging out in wine country, you know, sipping on wine, the 5 S's, and, you know, looking at wine and stuff. Nobody told me that there was a thing called a mega pint. That you could pour yourself basically half a bottle of wine and you could drink a mega pint, and it was okay. I feel like, you know, I didn't get invited to that party. There is such a thing as a mega pint. I'm getting on Lazada and I'm ordering me 4 of them mega pint glasses right now. Cause didn't nobody tell me. If it's true, I'm late to that party. I guess every day when they leave the courtroom, Johnny Depp's got a lot of fans out there. They're cheering him on, you know. He's greeting the fans. Some chick even brought like 2 alpacas with signs around their neck that said something about supporting Johnny. And then every time Amber Heard walks out of the courtroom, they're booing her and asking her, hey, why you gotta take a shit on the bed and stuff like that. Folks, this is better entertainment than, I don't know. I mean, I guess any movie or anything I've seen all year. This is quality entertainment. The tip of the spear. It's the topic of the moment. Everybody on the internet is focused on the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I guess it's a defamation trial. I guess that's what it is. He's suing her. So there you go. Now you know what's going on. You're up to speed. Again, big shout out to Mr. Alejandro Romero. You're the boss, brother. You know, and I know they put you through a lot of stress and a lot of bullshit. These fucking attorneys and their depositions. Been there before, my friend. Been there before. So hopefully they stay out of your life and you can just go on about doing your work and living your life, and hopefully these folks will leave you alone now. But I think you definitely have the support, at least of this guy right here, man. I'd love to drink a beer with you one day.
Question that was asked was because you brought muffins, you said, from your husband, right? You gave those to Miss Heard, correct?
May I clarify what occurred so that we can stop talking about the muffins? What happened was that I was getting ready that morning. I frequently bring muffins to the office. My husband did happen to know that there was going to be a celebrity client coming in, because on the mornings that occurs, which often occurs, we have to actually clear the office and move the staff to the other office. So yes, on the one hand, he was aware of that. I was getting ready. I asked him to go to the bakery near our house and pick up the muffins for me because I was running late. He often has to do that because I often do run late. He brought the muffins back to the house. I brought them into the office. Ms. Heard and I enjoyed the muffins together. I think I made a comment to her along the lines like, we can thank my husband. My husband got these for us today, meaning he purchased the muffins. We are now enjoying them because of him.
Did you say on pages 305 and 306 that you frequently have examinations of high-profile clients? You want to just take a quick look and tell us?
Oh, and the psychologist too. There's a psychologist, beautiful lady, testifies, and Dumb and Dumber is asking her these questions. And the lady attorney is like fixated on something about some muffins. And then finally the lawyer or the psychologist says, I'm going to explain this, and then can we stop talking about the muffins? Something about some blueberry muffins or some shit. I mean, I would use the word bizarre, but you know what? In the entertainment business, I think something that's just like implied, right? It's almost like the more bizarre something is, the more entertaining it is. Maybe not always. But take a look at some of these clips. And then we wait for next week until Miss Heard is going to get on the stand. And we're going to see what type of drama she's going to bring down. Should be quite interesting.